Meteorologist Mark Molnar as your host for the weather show, Weather Northeastern. I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend, holiday weekend across the United States here. Let's take a look at what we've got going on here for precipitation. Thankfully, well, at least for central and southern Texas, we'll start to lighten up on the rainfall here. But it's northeastern Texas we're going to really start to turn our attention to. Another 5 to as much as 10 inches possible in this stripe here across northeast Texas. So I will continue to alert you here to problems here, especially in Texas up through Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma. In the rest of the country, we start to push a little bit of a ridge out west here, especially along the coast. You don't see much rainfall until you get into the Rocky Mountains here. And then we get back east here. We start to push a lot of the moisture, getting really thundery here around the edges. You can see up to 1 to 2 inches through the Ohio Valley, Allegheny Valley, Susquehanna River Valley, up through New England. Let's take a look at those weather factors here. The pattern kicking in, as I said, that ridge starting to ridge off here, the Pacific, pushing the trough further east here. That will help to push some of this moisture across the southern and central plains a little bit further to the east, so you won't have that tremendous amount of moisture from Dallas up to Oklahoma City. That access of the heaviest precipitation will be further east in the coming days here through the end of the week into the weekend. And as I said, here across the east, we're looking a bit more unsettled too, pushing that ridge further to the east. Let's take a look at those surface maps, starting with your Wednesday here. Look at this, not too bad across the area, although precipitation wise we're looking a little bit on the wet side here, especially across much of the region here. If you're towards the coastal sections, it's not as bad until later in the day, but here inland here we've got this frontal system approaching very slowly from the northwest here. Temperatures really rebounding here into the middle to upper 80s in many locations, and there will be a lot of humidity with this across much, and even parts of the lower Susquehanna Valley could be reaching the upper 80s to near 90. Let's take a look at your Thursday here. We start to press that front in a little bit more here, although it starts to lose a little bit of its punch. We have some of the heavier precipitation moving a little bit to the east here towards the coastal sections. We start to dry it out just slightly here, which is interesting because we're getting closer to the front, but that disturbance out ahead of the front will keep things wet. But we still have the chance of a shower or thunderstorm here, lower Great Lakes, upper Susquehanna River Valley, Mohawk River Valley, up through the Adirondacks, portions of the St. Lawrence River Valley. Still that chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, getting up into the, once again, the low to mid 80s in many locations, upper 80s in the lower Susquehanna Valley, heading on into your TGIF here. Take a look at this. We start to press in some nicer skies here. Some of the moisture moves east and south here, so we get that chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm across this region. But take a look at this. We start to break out some sunshine just briefly for your Friday afternoon if you're getting out of work early. Not too bad. Temperatures once again getting up into the mid to upper 80s many locations. Unfortunately though, there will be a lot of humidity with this. And then Saturday, we have that sharp cold front here just off to our northwest here. That will be ushering in much colder air. But your Saturday, look at this, lots of 90-degree readings. Places like Binghamton, Scranton, Harrisburg, over to just south of Erie, Pittsburgh area, especially south of the Maryland border here. Look at that, lots of 90s. We stretch onto southern New England too. We could have a few 90-degree readings. And of course, we push in those showers and thunderstorms later in the day. And look at that, some of these could be strong to severe. I'll have a 5-day outlook for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Scranton's upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York, northeast Pennsylvania. Don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark comments, Twitter at WX Northeastern, and Google Plus at MeteoMark. Here's your 5 days stretching for your Wednesday all the way through your weekend. Look at this. Wednesday, showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly middle to early afternoon here. Take a look at that up near the mid to upper 80s. And look at that for your Thursday. Chance of afternoon shower, thunderstorm, continued humid, hazy, and hot up near mid to upper 80s. Heading on into Friday, partly sunny, not too bad. Once again, mid to upper 80s, kind of humid. Overnight lows not getting down there very much. And then look at this. We head through the end of your work week here into the weekend, and this is where we get Saturday, chance of an afternoon strong thunderstorm heading up towards 90. But look at that, Sunday, only upper 60s for highs, much cooler, lower humidity. That's going to do it for this edition of Weather Northeastern.